Hi, Pisces. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what the collective needs to hear. I have set that intention with my guides and with my deck. So we'll see what Spirit has for you at this time for the next week, but my readings are timeless. So whenever you fall upon this message, if you're here because of the title, then this is definitely for you. I don't even know what that is yet. I did bring out an oracle deck as well for the end, so we can pull and get additional messages. Ooh, the Emperor. Be sure and like the video. Leave a comment if you feel called to do so. And also subscribe if you like the messages. That really helps my channel and it pushes the videos out to other people so that they can get the messages as well. So thank you for doing that. Interesting. Okay. So definitely walking away here from something that is no longer emotionally fulfilling, right? So we have the Eight of Cups, which is all about moving on, leaving things behind that just do not serve you, right? And that could be people, places, things. This could be a job that you're leaving behind, could be a mindset that you're leaving behind. It could very well be like, leaving family members, leaving some way of being and transitioning into another like part of your life, right? So we do have the Fool here, which we'll get into, but this is very much leaving things behind and moving on from them. He's just kind of sitting here, like looking out to the moon. You have the moon here, and he's really just looking to see where he should go, and it's very emotional because Eight of Cups is, cups are about your emotions. So the situation is the Emperor, and the Emperor is very much leadership energy. It is taking control of things. He has everything together. He's got everything under control. He is a good leader. He's very ambitious, very direct. This can be about, being too controlling when it is the negative aspect. But I feel like this is, you needing to kind of take leadership, take control of whatever this is, right? This mindset, this situation that you're dealing with. And it can be different for each of you because it is a general reading. But whatever's not serving you and moving on from that, this is about you taking control of that situation and moving on from it. So the blockage here is the Ace of Swords. This is about truth. This is about clarity. This is, getting a clear idea of what it is that you need to move on from, a clear idea about what you need to do, right? So the aces are all about those new opportunities that are handed to us from Spirit. And with the swords here, this is about your thought. This is clarity. This is communication. This is the truth. Being able to accept the truth and tell yourself the truth, being honest with yourself in situations. So you can't really take control and take, this leadership of your life if you don't have the clarity, right? If you're not telling yourself the truth in situations or you're not being clear about them. And this has to do with some kind of sudden fast change here. We have the Tower, which is very sudden. It's kind of like that upheaval energy, right? Things kind of breaking down in order to be rebuilt from a solid foundation. So with the Tower, it's like very life changing. And a lot of people can see it as a negative, and I can understand that. It can be very traumatic because things do happen very suddenly, and it is a very big change. This is a major arcana card, but with the Tower, it is breaking things down to build from a solid foundation. So, if this is a job or a relationship or some kind of mindset, you have to break these things down in order to build them back up. Yes. So moving on from whatever it is and really breaking things down and starting from scratch, because you do have the Fool here in the recent past. And the Fool is all about taking some sort of leap of faith towards some kind of new beginning. It is trusting in the universe, right? So he's on the edge of this cliff here and he's just kind of very naive. It's not saying that you're naive or that you're not, this isn't planned out, but this is just that energy of really going after some kind of new beginning and trusting that the universe has your back, right? Taking a leap of faith and moving towards something new, especially after this Tower moment, like breaking things down, right? And then starting over new after a Tower moment. Your higher self or your subconscious, we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very creative, passionate. It is a fire sign, so you could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. You don't have to be. But this is, that fiery, creative, charismatic type of energy. So she is the feminine, so she's very creative, but she's very passionate, very driven, and very nurturing. Anything she manifests really does come to fruition, right? They called her the witch of the tarot deck because she has this black cat here. It's like, with Sagittarius energy, it's ruled by Jupiter and everything seems to work out. With the Queen of Wands, it's the same energy, right? If she wants it, like, she brings it into her reality. She really goes after the things that she wants and she manifests what she wants, and she does bring that into her life. So I feel like this is your higher self just saying to tap into that creative, passionate, charismatic type of energy to really live in your power here and step into the life that you want to lead. And that's probably taking control of your thoughts, taking control of situations that you need to. We can control our thoughts and our actions. You may not be able to control the tower moment, but focus on what you can control and get clarity with other things that you can handle. If you lose a job suddenly, you can't control that, but you can control your mindset around that. You can control the steps you take to find a new job or to create your own business, right? So those are the things that we can control, and focusing on those. In the near future, we have the Six of Wands. So Six of Wands is a victory. It is being seen. It is some type of recognition here, whether that is recognition by others, recognition by bosses, maybe a spouse, whatever it is. There is some sort of victory coming in here for you in the near future. And I think it's because you're stepping into that Queen of Wands, that charismatic, creative type of energy, and really taking control of things. So in your feelings, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy, and it's the slowest knights. Pentacles are earth energy, so they're very slow moving. But with the Knight of Pentacles, it is a solid foundation, right? Again, with this tower moment and things falling apart, when you rebuild, you don't want to build fast, right? You want to really focus on building something stable. And the Knight of Pentacles is all about stability, loyalty, the long term, the long haul, right? It is not something that is fleeting. It is something that is built over time. So things may feel like they're moving slowly. They're not moving as fast as you would like them to. Maybe you've taken a leap of faith and you're like waiting for this victory, right? And things are just moving really, really slow for you. But I feel like that's a good thing because it gives you time to really focus on those details, right? Like, for example, if you lose your job, maybe you need to rebuild your resume and put in new things, new talents, new abilities, right? Or, if you're starting a business, then you really need to focus on the details and the finer things, like the little things, the tedious tasks, right? The mundane things. But this is all about like those details and really taking your time with things. So in your current environment, the influence here is the Knight of Wands. Again, that's about that fiery, passionate energy, right? That really ambitious going after what it is that you want. And I feel like that's what this Fool is. Like, you took some sort of leap of faith here and you really want this new beginning. And you're tapping into that Queen of Wands, that creative, passionate energy. And with the Knight of Wands, again, it's just, reigniting that spark within you. And I feel like that's really happened for you recently. This is, that fiery, passionate energy. I feel like things have just kind of, your creativity has been sparked. You've re-sparked that want and that need for whatever it is you want to build here. Your hopes and fears, we have the Seven of Cups. So this can be about confusion. You could be fearing that, there's too many options, or things have been confusing in the past with this Ace of Swords and this not having the clarity. You could be fearing that things will be confusing, or, that this is an illusion, right? The card is all about not being disillusioned, right? Not getting lost in the fog. So you could be fearing that things are not going to stay clear, or you could be fearing that, there's too many options and things are going to get confusing. I think you just need to focus on that fiery, passionate energy, because the overall outcome, we have the Magician, and this is like inspired action. He is the master manifester. Again, that Queen of Wands was like the witch of the tarot. With the Magician, you have everything that you need. You have all of the elements: earth, air, fire, water. You have the swords, you have the cups, you have the pentacles, you have the wands here. So you have all that you need to create the life that you want. And you have a whole new beginning here with the Fool. So what do you want to create here, right? What kind of life do you want to build? If this is about like a business, you don't want your business to be built on an unsolid foundation, right? You want to build something solid and something long lasting. If this is a relationship, you don't want it to be built on lies, right? You want it to be built on truth. You want to have clarity. You want to be clear and really focus on details and try not to rush into things. So with this magician card, I just feel like things are really going to start manifesting for you. He is the master manifester. So I really feel like you are moving more into this creative, passionate energy and really creating the life that it is that you want here. After like everything is broken down, right? Maybe you've really been through something and you kind of felt like the rug was being pulled out from underneath of you, but this is giving you an opportunity to start anew and build this life. So, what do they not see coming, Spirit? Amazing. I love this. So we have the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Again, building something long term. And this could have to do with your family too. Like maybe you're starting a family business. Maybe you are building something, a home for your family. This is building something long term, very stable, and a new stable beginning here because you're being handed this new beginning by Spirit in order to build this 10 of Pentacles, right? So you could be like handed the 10 of Pentacles, like a family inheritance, but I feel like this is you building this 10 of Pentacles after Spirit brings in this Ace of Pentacles for you. You're being handed these new opportunities, right? This Fool, this whole new beginning after things have fallen apart, after you've walked away from things, and now you're finding that creative spark again. You really want to start building this legacy, right? But you have to start at the beginning again with that Ace of Pentacles, starting fresh, starting new. And then we have the Queen of Swords, which is like gaining clarity and really getting clear on where you want to go, how you want to build this stability, how you want to build this legacy. You know, that Queen of Swords is all about, again, being direct. She has good boundaries. She cuts things out that don't serve her, you know, this walking away from things that don't serve you. And she just has that good action oriented mindset, you know, right? Logical. So you've got the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So you've got the creativity and the charisma, the charismatic, right? But you've also got the clarity and the know-how, right? She's very direct. She is very logical, and she really knows what she wants. So I feel like you're gaining clarity here. And again, it could be on maybe building a business or building some kind of stable foundation, right? Because you have the Tower, which is stability. Again, that rug being pulled out from underneath of you. But once you rebuild, it's going to be very solid and very long lasting. That 10 of Pentacles is, again, that legacy energy. You know, and then you have the Knight of Pentacles here, which is, again, building slowly, but it's going to be stable because the Knight over time turns into that 10 of Pentacles. So what advice do you have for Pisces, Spirit? Interesting. So we have the Death card, the King of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. So I feel like, again, this is putting an end to like this King of Swords, this, you know, really kind of like putting an ending to things and stepping into that King of Swords. So we have the King and Queen of Swords here. I feel like this could be about you balancing your masculine and feminine. You know, so the feminine energy is all about receiving. It is being open to receive things. And then that masculine energy is knowing when to take action and when to go after things. Because you do have like this magician, which is all about that inspired action. And then you have the two queens, which is about receiving, right? So I feel like balancing your masculine and feminine energy. Also, like you've got some kind of ending here, putting an end to maybe some kind of like logical, like being more logical and, you know, being head over heart type of energy and doing things differently here. We have the Seven of Swords, which is about being strategic. And then the King of Swords is very strategic. He is very logical. He is, you know, again, very direct type of energy. So maybe transforming the way that you handle things like logically, right? Maybe you've always done things like through feelings, and you need to be more logical at this time in order to move forward and really tap into that head over heart type of energy. Be strategic, move forward strategically, and cut things out, right? Again, with the cutting things out. We've got the King of Swords, Queen of Swords, and then this Ace of Swords, which always makes me think of like cutting things out that don't serve you and walking away from what doesn't serve you. Transforming like ideas, transforming like thought processes here, right? That King of Swords and that Seven of Swords, really doing things differently and strategically, logically. I love that. Really good energy. Really taking control of things here. So, what other messages do you have for Pisces Spirit? These cards keep doing that. They flip and then flip back. Like they don't want to like come out. That's really odd to me. Okay. Quite a few here. Connect to intuition. Repeating patterns are keeping you from making a new choice in this situation. Break free from old ways of thinking and ask for new insight. Yeah, definitely breaking free here. This Fool, this whole new energy, leaving things behind. Reward and recognition. Congratulations. Your hard work will soon pay off and take you in the direction of your dreams. Acknowledge your efforts and your own power. Yes, stepping into that masculine, feminine. You have this victory coming in here. Gratitude. There's always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest of situations. Now is the time to recognize what is going well in your life and what you are thankful for. That's always easier said than done when you're going through a tower moment, but really focus on the positive aspect of that tower. It is breaking things down in order to build new, right? So focus on the building new, because you did have that Fool in the recent past, that whole new taking a leap of faith, right? Stand your ground. There is something you want to fight for, yet you are choosing to hide instead. Create a boundary and speak up for what you believe in. Definitely that Queen of Swords, speaking your truth. Again, cutting things out here. Wisdom. You've been here before and you know what to do, yet you fear disappointing others. The wise choice may not be the popular choice, but choose for the highest good in the situation. So maybe there are others involved in this tower moment, right? Could be family, could be friends, whatever it is for you. But I definitely see really good energy coming in here for you. You know, you have the Six of Wands, which is all about victory, success. And then you've got that Magician. I feel like you're creating the life that you want here. It's just a matter of transitioning, a matter of mindset. You know, things may be going slow right now, but I think that Spirit's kind of slowing you down after some kind of tower moment here in order to get you to focus on those details and really build that solid foundation. So I hope that that message helped, and I will see you next time. Bye.